These kids of mine, they'll grow up fine. It's my job to see they do. This job is hectic, and this job's full time, and I give my all, get nothing back. What's the point in trying? What I could have done, what I could have been, no one seems to understand how much you sacrificed to me. Soon they'll be grown up, soon I'll be free, 'cause I know my kids so well, and I hardly know me. So I made up my mind to lose these old.
We are in Upper 9 Mile River, Nova Scotia, with Wind here, who is 12-year-old standardbred, 12-year-old standardbred. Decided the trailering issue. So, first things first, trailering is not about the trailer. It has absolutely nothing to do with the trailer. It is about when I ask my horse to do something, I expect my horse to do it. Right now, I expect my horse to stand here, not eat grass, but to be relaxed and calm. Same thing comes to our trailer. When it comes to our trailer, if I'm going to walk out here out of the barn and start heading towards my trailer, my horse is going to react to my trailer. Makes no sense whatsoever for me to try to take my horse over and load her onto the trailer. What the horse is saying is, this inanimate object behind me is more important, more scary than I am. And what I need this horse to do is I need this horse to pay attention to me, listen to me, go to me for comfort and that security. And then once we've got that, I'm going to take him over to my trailer and introduce him to it. Not try and put him on it, just introduce him to it. This is about confidence. He has to have confidence in me that if I tell him that he can stand on that trailer and not get hurt, then that's what he can do. Putting him on the trailer using force or ropes or anything else does absolutely nothing to build his confidence. So if I force him onto the trailer today, I will force him onto the trailer 3 years from now. If I teach him to go onto the trailer and find comfort today, then tomorrow he will find that same comfort. Will he be fixed? No. But now all we have to do is maintain and start to work on it. But if we force him on, there's going to be no comfort. My horse isn't going to want to do it. Now, when we're doing this kind of stuff, number one priority, personal space. If you notice, I keep pushing him back. He keeps trying to come in on top of me. He seems to think that if he stands on my shoulders, he'll be safe. And I'm trying to say to him, you can stand over there, I'll look after you. This is that first lesson about leadership. My leadership extends all over this place. And it doesn't matter where you are or where I put you. If I put you there, you're safe. If I can't get him to stand there, I certainly can't get him to stand in there. Now, a couple of things of equipment we're going to need. Our long lead line. We need this because, guess what? Our horse is going to pull, he's going to run around, he's going to avoid. We need to be able to hang on. Also, it has a little bit of weight to it. So if I wiggle it, I can actually push my horse back. We use a rope halter on our horse. Okay? The reason we use the rope halter is when my horse is doing what he's supposed to be doing, he doesn't even know he's wearing it. When he's trying to drag me all over the place and act like an idiot, then I guarantee he knows exactly what he's wearing. Okay? So last thing I want is my horse being comfortable, dragging me all over the place. Third thing that we have is a dressage stick. The reason we have a dressage stick is because my horse is a lot bigger than I am. My arms only go so far. I need to be able to reach to my horse and communicate. No different than I would with my hand, except my hand's not long enough. Now, when I'm communicating with using the stick, I am using his drive line. Now, hey buddy, you're fine. Drive line on a horse comes down off of the withers, goes across like this. If I'm behind this line, I am driving my horse forward. If I'm in front of the line up here, I am blocking my horse and stopping his movement. So what I need to do is I need to be able to reach back here, just behind the drive line, and give him a little tap, and this tells him to go forward when he doesn't want to. It's not about who can whack the horse, it's just about an agitation. Doesn't hurt, it's not, but it agitates and motivates our horse to make a decision. And this is what this whole thing is about, making decisions about good, bad, or ugly. Now, the decision I'm trying to get across to him is, if he does what I ask him to do, beautiful, just like that, then I'm going to give him comfort. If he doesn't do what I want to do, then he's going to end up doing a lot of exercise. I am not going to make him run around like an idiot, because that does absolutely nothing except shut his mind down. But if he decides that he's going to bolt, pull, do all this kind of stuff, rear up, and all the rest of it, that's fine. But when he's done doing all that, we're still going to do what I want to do. And pretty soon my horse learns all of this attitude and this acting like a goof gets you absolutely nowhere except sweaty. And in actual fact, what I want my horse to do is a heck of a lot less. So, once my horse starts to learn that's what we're going to do, and that's how I work, my horse starts looking for that comfort. And when they start looking for the comfort, they make progress like you wouldn't believe. Okay. Now that we've got our horse to the point where we realize that there's comfort in what we're doing, we have to start with the most simple things. i.e., stand still. Don't wander around. I'm having a conversation here. Don't crowd me. Step back. Get out of my space. You stand over there. Whether it be a boy or a girl, you stand there like a gentleman or you behave like a lady. But you don't wander all off. You don't go eating unless I tell you it's all right. You don't kind of crowd me. You don't go meandering off to see what the other horses are up to. You stand here and you do nothing until I tell you to do something else. If my horse is willing to run away from me at a standstill, he's willing to run away from me on everything else. So the simple thing of just literally standing still is the very first lesson you want your horse to learn. The horse to learn. Now, we're going to take that same concept when we're walking, and we're going to put that horse beside us here, and I want that horse to maintain that position. I don't want to be dragging him. I don't want to be pulling him. If I have to pull my horse, or if my horse is crowding on top of me, I am not in charge. My horse is. So if I can't walk my horse properly without dragging him around everywhere I want to go, or having him crowd me, then God knows he's not going to go on the trailer for me, because that's not leadership. So I have to get him to the point where he's motivated. When I move, he moves. When I stop, he stops. If I walk in, he gets off. If I walk away, he hustles to get back in there. All these little things are what motivates him to do what we want, get what we want. Besides, if you do the little stuff, the big stuff takes care of itself. Now, we have some other videos out there on YouTube. There's a 6-part series. It's called Personal Space and Control. All of this stuff is covered. We're not going to cover it today because there's just not enough time to do everything. So if you're wondering how you take all these steps to get your horse starting to behave the way that they should, watch the Personal Space and Control. There's 6 parts, and it goes through the whole process. At the end of it, you should not have to touch your horse's lead at all. Your horse should walk exactly where you want him to, regardless of what you're doing. Now, first thing we're going to do, I'm not going to take the horse to the horse trailer. We're going to walk the horse around, get the horse onto what I want him to do, behaving, and on the game plan. Then we're going to introduce him to the trailer. So let's take our horse for a walk. When we take our horse for a walk, pick that spot. So, spot here is I want that head right there. I want to be able to look out of the corner of my eye and see my horse so I know what the heck he's doing. If he's behind me, he has that potential of running over top of me or buggering off and I won't be aware of it. If he's standing right here, I know exactly what he's doing because I can see him out of the corner of my eye. Now, if my horse is a complete and utter thing and he's running all over me here, obviously I'm not going to put him here. I'm going to fix that first, and then I'm going to bring him back up here, and then we're going to start to walk. First, number one thing that we do, let's go for a walk. Get this off of me. Get this off. Thank you very much. Come on up here. Don't crowd. Don't walk in on me. Here's my elbows. If I can touch you, you're too close. Get up here. Let's go. Stop. That's lovely. Okay, now he's getting all fidgety. Don't fidget, just stand there. We want our horse to start looking for that sweet spot, that little comfort zone that we can put him into. Get up here. Come on, there you go. Let's go. We can hustle. We can do this. All this kind of thing. It should be at movement. I don't want this horse just turning his mind off and figuring he can do whatever. I want to engage him. I want him thinking. Come on, get up here. Don't pass me. Nope, you're in the wrong spot. Get this over. Get back over here. So right now he's going, I'm gonna. No, you're not. Get back here and let's go again. Okay? What we want to do is I want him thinking. I say to people, work your horse by the trailer. What do? They run him around in circles and call it lunging. Turns the horse's mind to mush. If you're going to teach your horse or do lunging or something like that, you have to do it with a purpose. You have to engage that horse's mind. You have to engage him in what you're doing. just to have them running around and saying you're in control, you're just lying to yourself. If I'm going to do something, if I'm going to have them lunge around here, I'm going to have them go in one direction, switch directions, change transitions, do this, do that, inside, outside cones. Heck, we can do figure eights on the end of the leading line. There's all kinds of things we can do, but we're engaging his mind. Okay? So just getting out here and making him run around in circles until he's exhausted is not doing a darn thing. And if you notice, we've been teaching him not to put his head down. So now, every time he puts his head down, I gently run my hand down the rope, and he goes, oh, don't put your head down. I don't have to tug anymore. Horses learn a heck of a lot faster than most people. Right? I don't know how many times people with horses have told me that they're stupid. I don't see it. Okay, so we've got our horse. He's now starting to listen to us. He's engaged in what we're doing. Guess what we can do? We can walk him over, get up here, and we're going to introduce him to our horse trailer. I'm not going to try and put him on. No, he's going to eat. It's like, no, we're not eating here. We're here to introduce ourselves to a horse trailer. Now, when we're doing stuff, everything that we're doing, it's going to have 4 levels to it. I'm going to ask as nicely as I can. Sir, would you please take a step forward? He takes that step forward, 1 step, I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing. Okay? If he doesn't, I'm going to tell him what I want. So, first step is ask as nicely as you can. Second step is to tell him. Third step is to insist. And number 4 is to make it happen. Okay? So, if I want this horse to back up, for example, I take my wrist. I start to do a little shake. That's number 1. Sir, please back up. You're not backing up. If he doesn't back up, I'm going to go to number 2, which is my elbow. I start to wiggle a little harder. Number 3, I'm going to go to my arm. If that doesn't work, I'm going to go to number 4, and I'm just going to make it happen. And he goes, whoa, that was rude. I says, I know it was. You should have listened. Okay? We want him to get to the point where, hey, just pay attention to what I ask. If I start to do this, this is what I need you to do. If I start nice and softly and then step it up each time I will have to go less and less until finally I should be able to stand here, wiggle my finger at him, and have him back off. Okay? It's all these little things. Now, when we're at our horse trailer here, this is a heavy animal. He's strong. He's more powerful than I am. I will not drag him onto this horse trailer. So when I'm holding this lead, I am trying to keep my hand open. So I ask for the step. I'm going to keep my hand open. If he makes that step, I'm not going to close my hand. I want him deciding to walk onto the trailer. It's not about me pulling him onto the trailer. So when we're doing this, try and keep your hand in an open position. Only close it if he reacts, and as soon as he stops reacting, open your hand back up. Now, when we're introducing the trailer, what we want to do is create curiosity. Okay? Not grass eating. So what we want to do here is, if I can get him curious about the horse trailer, I'm going to leave him alone. Sniffing's good, checking out the sawdust, you know, what the other horse dropped off while they're in here. There's our step. We're going to leave him alone. Okay? Don't do anything. This is not about getting the horse on the horse trail. This is about getting across to this horse that he has to listen and do what we ask. Right now, the only thing we're asking is a single step forward and some curiosity. Okay? You're going to walk on all by yourself, you're going to make me look bad. Okay? Now, that's fine. So he's backed off now. We say, come on back up here. Thank you. There you go. Check things out, you know. This is no different than when I put my saddle on my horse or my blanket on my horse. When I take my blanket, before I put it on my horse, I let him sniff it. If I'm going to ask him to do something, then he has the right to know what I either put on to him or what I'm asking of him. It's not a point of asking permission, but it's a point of saying, hey, you have the right to check this out. Now, look at the way our horse is lined up here to the trail. My horse cannot get onto the trailer if he's way over here. Get over here for a second. There you go. How is my horse going to walk onto my horse trailer when he's not lined up to the door?
Sometimes it's hectic, I can't see it through.